the little soot coffee was like a neat little like
mind control.
Yeah, it was a neat little like touch that they added in there.
Just gotta waterboard them.
Exactly.
Basically.
Poor Milico.
Or just beat him to.
I don't think I can drink it. Drink more water, Milico.
She's like, just keep drinking, damn it.
You look thirsty.
It's Otaku time!
Hey.
What's going on, friends? Welcome back to Otaku Time, the show where we talk about anime, manga, and all things otaku. I'm your host, Dom, and we have our two normies, Strolly
Hi, guys.
and Marley.
What's going on, guys?
Today is our first video of Spooky Time Month.
Scary. So scary. Surely scared already.
It wasn't that spooky for me.
Ooh, spiders or ghost shadow thingies. Ooh.
Ooh, ghosts and spiders. Ooh. Spider ghost.
Dumb bitch.
Got him.
I don't like this anymore, guys.
This month sucks.
Yeah.
Bully Strolly Month, yay!
Can't wait.
So our first show is Shadow House, which is made by our friends Cloverworks.
Dear friends.
Don't bitch.
Why are you calling me a dumb bitch? Hold on.
Because you have these predispositions about Cloverworks that are unfair.
I think they're very valid. They produce fantastic content until they don't.
That's actually probably the fairest statement.
Exactly.
12 fantastic episodes of Wonder Egg
Yeah.
until that 13th.
Well, 11 episodes. We're missing the whole
All right, the
episode
recap episode.
Yeah, no. Shadow's House was dope.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
it was
dude,
really
I loved
good.
it.
Yeah, can't
Thanks,
wait.
Cloverworks.
I can't wait for them to fuck up season 2.
Yeah. Season 1, awesome. They're gonna brick the second.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really cool. The suspense, the drama was there.
It was everything I fucking loved about the first season of Promised Neverland.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like you said, the suspense, the mystery, the characters were fucking awesome. I love Milico.
Mhm.
Like the art was fun. Like it was great.
Yep.
It was really good.
Yep. The little sprinkles of knowledge as you start to get slowly like it. Everything that Cloverworks does well, they did.
Yeah.
I just am ready for them to fuck it up.
This coin.
Yeah.
Just because you've seen two of their shows and they happen to end the same kind of way doesn't mean that all their stuff ends that way.
100% of the shows that I've watched by them has ended terribly.
2 for 2.
Let's wait for season 2 to find out if it's 3 for 3. Because right now we're not even going to count it yet because it's not over yet.
Right now they're breaking.
But it was
the habit.
fantastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're it's great.
Absolutely fantastic.
So was the first season of Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dom. I mean, you're right, dude. I know.
Yeah.
People are inexperienced. This is why you're the normies. God damn it.
Yes. Absolutely.
Exactly. This is why we're here.
You've
Teach you a thing or two.
Yes, please.
Little slut.
Yes, Daddy. No, it was fantastic. I really liked the mystery behind Lord Grandfather. I don't know what he is yet, and it's piquing my interest for sure. The little soot coffee was like a neat little like
Mind control.
yeah, it was a neat little like touch that they added in there.
Just gotta waterboard them.
Exactly.
Basically.
Poor Milico.
Or just beat him
I don't
to.
think I can drink it. Drink more water, Milico.
She's like, just keep drinking, damn
You
it.
look thirsty.
How do you feel? How do you feel about rum? I don't know what that has to drink more.
Why are you asking me that question? Don't worry about it. Drink more water.
It's just water, but it sounds so much more.
I know.
devious.
Meanwhile, she really just had to beat the shit out of her like John did to Sean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just smacked him around a couple times.
Yeah, which is interesting because like taking for the other dolls and their shadow masters, like what did Luis do? Luis was just kind of like Lou, and then she just snapped out of it. And the same thing happened with Patrick and Ricky.
Yeah. Connections. That's what I took from that when I saw that the other dolls, how they like snapped out of it. It seemed like whatever made them have their connection from the beginning is kind of what it was. Where Emilico was like trying to do whatever her mistress wanted. So that's what broke her out of that, right? Or, maybe it was because they were like, here's a plot point that we want to revisit. And then they were like, we're not doing it for all 5 of them or all 4 of them.
Yeah, we can't waterboard all of them.
Right, yeah.
That's just cruel.
But like John and Sean's relationship is like definitely more bro, right? We're like beating the crap out of each other, messing around with each other. Like that made sense. And then I was thinking with Louise and Lou, it was definitely something vain that brought them back together or something like that.
But like it was because it didn't seem like it was anything besides them literally just kind of like snapping out of it.
Yeah, no, Ricky and Patrick's was definitely the most bizarre. He was like Ricky, and he was just like,
what's
I'm
up?
good now.
Yeah, it was good.
They had to keep the pace going.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I figured too. That was
Yeah.
that's something that just kind of stood out to me though, because there was such a big emphasis for it between Kate and Emilico, and a big emphasis between John and Sean.
Yeah.
You could clearly see where the hierarchy of these characters are breaking down.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Patrick and Ricky are definitely like secondary. They were meant as like a faux antagonist until you saw the real antagonist.
Exactly, which I actually love their development over the series. Like, I fucking hated Ricky and Patrick at first.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which they're clearly propped up to be hated, and then how like Ricky got humbled the fuck down during the debut.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Patrick, yeah.
Yeah, and like I felt like even like Patrick just feels like he was sheltered more than anything. Ricky felt like a dickhead.
Yeah.
Because
True,
even
yeah.
Pat, like she gave him the flower, and then Patrick was immediately like, "I like this girl. She's cool."
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Ricky like went out of his way to be like an asshole to everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Which
true.
is like, I guess because Patrick is such a weak individual, he needed Ricky to be that stronger, that lead.
Mhm.
Which they explained that in their relationships during the dance.
Mhm.
It seemed like Ricky is so good at what he does that he leads without being shown as a leader. He leads in a way that allows Patrick to
shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So that part of their relationship was really cool,
Mhm.
and them explaining that. But I like how they both evolved together as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like even to that towards the end where like Ricky complimented Patrick and it's like your desire to save your friends means that you're a strong individual.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I like these guys. I loved all of them. Even
Yeah.
actually I like Luis the least, just because like
She's so vain.
yeah she just seems like such a bitch.
Yeah.
like not even like she's really bitchy or whatever. It's like she just seems like a bitch.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
you're
you're being
so
a bitch.
vain. Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Like, you're so vain and you're so obsessed with looks and all this other shit. Like I don't really feel like she developed.
Mm.
She literally just didn't like Edward, and she was like, "All right, I'll go out of this. I'll go out of my way to spite him."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was it. That was her only motivation. She was like, "I could give a fuck less about everybody else."
Yeah. She's like the definition of like a boss ass bitch.
Yeah,
Like, she just knows what needs to get done and does it,
exactly.
and just isn't dramatic about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also likes about what she looks like.
Yeah, I feel like throughout the first season, she didn't really have any development
Right.
whatsoever. It was
Yeah.
more so for Lou than it was for
Yeah.
Luis.
Yeah. Exactly.
Whereas the other Shadow Masters and their dolls equally like evolved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I feel like Luis didn't get really any character development. She's just look at my beautiful doll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whereas Lou was actually making a decision without asking her when she gave Patrick the shears, Ricky
Yep.
the shears in the debut.
Yeah. Yeah. You could tell. Who they wanted to kind of focus on and who didn't need to really necessarily have a focus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was fantastic through and through.
Yeah, it was-
I really liked like the relationships that the masters and the dolls had.
Mm-hmm.
Like that symbiotic relationship that they kind of had to work through and get through, and how they really had to go through hardships to really start to understand each other was really cool.
Mhm.
I like that.
I love Emilico.
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah,
happy
she's your
idiot.
personality.
She's the happy
Yep.
idiot, and I'm so glad she's like the main character. Like, yay.
Yeah, she brings everyone together.
Exactly.
Sunshine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Just so fucking like tunnel vision on what she wants. She didn't realize how she's affecting shit around her. She's just doing her own thing, going along with it. It's like,
Mhm.
aw, you sweet thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love her. I do love her interaction with everybody too.
Mm-hmm.
That she's the catalyst for everyone's character development, just because she's just a fucking ball of sunshine. She
Yep.
has no like ulterior motives,
She gives
Yeah.
everyone humility.
and she is what she is, face first. You know?
Exactly. Yep.
Which everybody was trying to be fake and trying to do their own like, oh, I have to do this or I have to do that, and she's just like, no, I'm just happy.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be here.
I'm gonna be myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even if that's to the detriment of what I'm supposed to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And she can't help it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's like the whole like the whole feeling throughout the whole like first season. Again, I'm constantly comparing it to Promised Neverland, but they were so similar to me.
Mhm.
Like the stakes felt a lot lower because
Mhm.
it wasn't as like there weren't fucking kids dying or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Like there wasn't a lot of like I thought I was waiting for it to get really dark.
Me too.
I'm not gonna
Me
lie.
too. I was waiting for that little switch.
I was like episode 4 or 5 before I felt safe. Like I was like, okay, I think this is just kind of how it's gonna be.
Yep.
Because there were like dramatic moments that would happen that they would like still filter in some like funny shit. Just because like the way Emiliko's character is built, you can't have like pure drama or pure like scary or anything. Just because she's not that.
Yeah.
She is Miss Sunshine. Like
Yep. Exactly.
they interject her in those moments, and even within the other characters, like just a little like something funny that happened or something that'll break up the tension.
Right.
There's not a lot of tension in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Which I appreciate because nobody likes to really feel stressed 24/7. Like, but there's still some drama. There's clearly something going on. There's plots.
Mm-hmm.
There's the mystery, like who's really like, not necessarily who's working for who, but there's Edward and the other two that are like, I guess trying to get all the other third floors the fuck out of there so he can serve Lord Grandfather. But then I'm like, what if Edward really doesn't? What if he has something else that he's not telling anybody? And they're just like, now I'm thinking in my head. Now I'm like getting really like plot heavy, and I'm like trying to connect dots that don't exist.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Make your own picture.
Exactly, but it's really fun and it's really
Yeah.
interesting because of that.
Yeah. That's something that that's really fun to do when there's a cliffhanger or there's not a finite end. You can kind of just play around and imagine and stuff,
Yeah.
and that's really cool to do.
Theorizing about what this world is again something that they've done really well.
Yeah.
Putting me in the seat and subconsciously be theorizing.
Yep.
Like taking what is given to me on screen and enjoying what I have there, plot wise.
Mm-hmm.
But then in my own head, in between when I'm skipping through the credits or like I'm skipping through the intro, or whatever, trying to get to the episode, I'm like, man, what does that mean? Or what is this? Or like those moments in between where I'm just thinking about it without actively trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I don't know because I don't know. It's because I'm actively trying to figure out what the fuck is going on because it's so interesting.
Right. Yeah. Was Edward's shadow transformation like shocking to you?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know if it was because I was just like in the mood to just like rip through the anime and like enjoy and get to the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
That like when that happened, I was just like, okay, cool. This is what we're doing now. Cool. What's next?
Yeah.
Like it didn't like click in my head like how like profound that probably was.
Yeah. But then like when they like unveiled that, I was like, oh, that's what happens to the faces.
Yeah. There's another layer to this.
Yeah, exactly. And then they went like really like plot like lore heavy and going into the backstory of what the shadows actually are.
Yeah.
And like what the purpose of the faces are and what the faces, the fact that faces are actually fucking humans,
Yeah.
that they just kidnap children from villages. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like that kind of shit is really cool because then it's not even like I don't have to theorize anymore. They just handed me this shit on a fucking silver platter, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this isn't a stupid answer at all. This is great.
Yeah.
Now I'm theorizing even more.
Right.
Like,
How many more
how
villages
long?
out there?
Yeah, is this the only shadow house? Like,
Right,
like
yeah.
what's going on in the world at large? Is it this is like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, like what's the reach of the Shadow House? And
Exactly. Are there?
because they're sending like the coal down to the villages, and that's like brainwashing them, and then like it's all connected, and it's like, how far does this go?
Yeah, where
Right.
does it end? Like
And
what?
why?
And then it's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I truly love. Like I was telling you guys, like I tried to watch this 1 or 2 episodes last night before
Yeah.
I went to bed, and I ended up watching the entire fucking series until like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I would get to an episode and I'd be like, all right, after this next episode, I'm gonna go to sleep. You know, I'm gonna finish this in the morning, and after that episode, I'd be like,
One more.
might as well run the next one.
Yeah.
Like it was so good.
Mhm.
Like good, like theorizing and being like so invested in the characters and the plot that involves the characters, like just their relationships with each other,
Mm-hmm.
their relationships with like going against Edward, and now that he's out to get them for his own gain, and then just like thinking about the world at large and like how the shadow things came to be, like how like we were talking about the scope of like what is their control. Like there's so many layers that it's fun and interesting to think about with this.
Yeah.
It's great.
Cloverworks is really good at world building and like storytelling of that world.
Getting me hooked fucking immediately
Exactly,
with
like-
a little bit of mystery and
Yep,
like
the little candy trail that you
Yeah.
have to go follow, and you get little tidbits every now and again.
great
Yeah.
characters that I enjoy, great
Yep.
mystery that I enjoy thinking about and theorizing about, and just
Mhm.
like they're great at putting little details in that like keeps me hooked and keeps me chugging along this track that they have me on. Like it's
Right. Yeah.
it's great. It was great. It was a great first season. Questions why
Potentially.
Why was Kate so like? Excuse me again. Her little soot baby, like the little soot baby doll that she
What about
created. Like, remember how she like got really pissed at Miliko for dropping it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, why was she so attached to it?
It's something she treasures.
Yeah.
It's just a little doll that she treasures.
Yeah.
But I was curious
And
as to like
Miliko ruined it.
why.
Well-
Who gave it to her? Did she make it herself? Like,
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to look back on why is it so important, like, okay, yeah. But
because like I did feel like, and for
I
a
wrote
while,
that off as that she's a child and that was a toy that
That's
she
her
had.
toy, yeah.
And she's been alone for her whole entire life up until that point
Mhm.
that she was able to get a living
Yeah.
doll.
There
you
were
know?
there were a lot of threads that started beginning for me that ended up with nothing. Because
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, has Miliko been a doll for somebody else, and that's why they're calling her a failure? Like, what the fuck?
No,
No,
they
it's
just
just-
didn't like Kate.
Well, she's also not doing what a face is supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's
Yeah.
probably why.
That you can literally see it at face value.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that
Huh?
nice.
Face value?
Shut the fuck up. You're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the kind of shit that I would be like stressing about and thinking about, trying to figure out, oh, what does this mean? Is this something else? What is this like?
Yeah.
it's
You're
really
looking
not-
so into everything.
Yeah, but
it
it's
can
because
be
that's
a
what
little
it does,
overwhelming.
dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And-
that's still fun. Like, I don't give a fuck if it was just a doll. But the fact that I was so invested in why these things are just lends to the fact that they're so good at having this universe
right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and making me interested about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
Without as much tension to keep me like, 'cause that shit had me fucking wired. Promise Neverland, dude. I was like edge of my seat.
yeah.
But like without the tension, it's still like
still really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can relax and still enjoy this.
Yeah.
I don't have to be fucking stressed out.
Right. Exactly. exactly.
And then they all started developing little shadow powers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
implementing that in their
Yeah.
own ways.
Mm-hmm.
And like Kate was like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't let anybody know about this
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't read about it anywhere, so I got to be super secretive." And then that's actually the best thing that she did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
John's just fucking out there being brolic as fuck.
John was like, "It went boom. It was lit."
What's
I want to talk about Shirley and Rum
Mm-hmm.
and like the last last episode, whatever. What is Shirley the soot thing, or is Rum the soot thing? The little soot thing with the bow and that was running around
So
helping
the
him.
fact, like when Shirley died, how they were talking about like she had a weak life force, and I guess because they didn't know what the fuck happened with her either.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen this before.
Right, yeah.
Does the Lord Grandfather know anything, and he's not telling them? I don't know.
That's what Edward's staying on for.
Right. We don't know. Maybe that's what the Lord Grandfather has him trying to figure out. Because maybe the Lord Grandfather's like, yo, what the fuck just happened down there? And he doesn't know. But like, I don't know. Like, you know how the face, like the shadows bond with the face and like take over their body and become the face. Maybe instead of like taking over Rum, they just decide to coexist almost.
Right.
Because you assume that the face stops existing when the shadow takes them over. The face is no longer an individual. It is the shadow. The shadow is the face. The face is the shadow.
Yeah. Well,
And that's why they can't have the faces being individuals.
Yeah. Or does the shadow become the face and then takes over that entity? You know what I mean? Instead of is that what you said? Okay.
Shadow becomes a face. Face becomes a shadow.
Yeah, I was just really confused.
They merge into one. It was like the shadow's consciousness absorbs the face's body. The face is just a physical form that the shadow can inhabit to produce a face.
But the shadow's personality is inherited by the face, right? I'm not trying. That's what you were saying.
The shadow's taking over the body, the face and consciousness no longer exists.
Yeah, the memories, the
And then
consciousness,
the
anything.
shadow's mind takes over.
Yeah. Well,
the face
way
is just a vessel.
Yes. No. Probably. What I was thinking in my head was that they become one.
The face is just the vessel.
What do you mean become one?
The face.
There's not
and
two consciousnesses within this one being.
They merge into one, is what I'm saying.
Well, they don't merge. The shadow takes over. There's no like.
Potentially. We don't know yet. There's no information. So why are you being so factual with me? I'm genuinely trying to make a happy part of this, okay? I don't want Miliko to go away because Kate wants to take her, okay?
She's not.
I want them to be
They're
the same
friends.
person.
They're not going to be They're not going to be the same person.
Damn
They're
it.
friends. But that's what I'm saying.
No,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
Rum is coexisting
Yeah.
with Cheryl.
So I think
I don't think Cheryl is a parasite.
Shirley.
Cheryl.
Whatever, dude.
I think
One of them. Yeah. Right.
I think Shirley took over Rummy, her little finger puppet, and I think because Cloverworks is kind of known to do this Wonder Egg priority, that
gets really fucking weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
Rum giving Rummy a personification and essentially a consciousness, even though it's her way to talk and she's doing it, she's giving Rummy a consciousness by doing that. It makes it so Shirley can latch on to Rummy as a face, and Shirley is Rummy personified as a shadow.
So just to pause you saying Cloverworks doing all that, this is based off of a manga. So it's the mangaka who already written all this stuff. So you can't blame Cloverworks for how the story goes unless they like speed through it like they did with Promise Neverland. So you may continue.
Okay, yeah, good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
so the
not an original work.
yeah, fair. Okay, I don't know that like
Yeah, thank
Dumb
you.
bitch.
Thank you. Say it louder for the people in the back.
Dumb bitch!
this is the worst day of my life. I was really on that tangent too, and I was really feeling myself. And
Because Cloverworks, and Tom's like, I'm gonna stop you right there.
yeah, no. All right, fair.
No, but that is interesting though, because
but like that's like how I took that scene. I was like,
Rummy is
oh.
like an imaginary friend to Rum.
And subconsciously, it created
It's
a
a-
personification
it's its
and
own-
a face,
Yeah.
even though it's actually not like a face that we would expect it
Just
to
like
be.
turn into the little bow at the end.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Just the way that she turned into a bow. Either that, or I was thinking, that's how Shirley can hide in plain sight.
Yeah. Until she comes back with enough life force
Exactly.
become another body.
Gains
Well,
enough
plain
sight.
sight. Well, Rum is going to turn into a veiled doll anyway, so.
Oh yeah, so it actually doesn't even matter.
Rum is
about
gonna
that,
lead
yeah.
the Veiled Dolls on a resistance.
Yep. I really expected
Burn
when
out bourgeois.
Emilico got kidnapped that it was gonna be Rum.
Me too, actually.
Yeah. I was thinking like that whole time. I'm like, where's Rum? Where's
Yeah.
she coming? Is
Exactly.
she gonna come in here?
Where's she at?
And then she technically did.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
She still showed up. I don't think, because I don't feel like the shadows have to live in a within a parasitic relationship with the face. Like they don't have to have that negative.
Right.
Even though that's how the shadows have been doing it, I don't
Right.
think that's how it has to be done. I think that's
Yeah.
more so what Kate and Miliko are gonna be
Yeah, that's
They're-
what they're fighting against. They want to be their own people.
coexist. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Coexist separately, not together.
Yeah.
Correct.
Symbiotic and not parasitic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I think. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Shirley,
Rum and Shirley are.
Mm-hmm.
They found a way because both their personalities were so weak. Shirley, I don't think, had the power to become Rummy or
Right.
Rum. You know,
But she had the power to become Rummy.
potentially. Maybe I'm not giving your theory credence.
Well, I was gonna say
I mean, it's
because
decent, but I'm not gonna say it.
yeah, because Rum used Rummy as
To
her
bond
out.
to bond with Cheryl.
Right. Well,
Shirley,
that and
Shirley.
also
Jesus fucking
Shirley.
Christ.
But that's how Rum found her voice and found her personality was
Yeah.
through Rummy.
Right.
So maybe that's what Shirley's trying to do is find herself and her personality through
Right.
Rummy.
Because she's able to talk. Rum is able to talk to Rummy. She wasn't able to talk to
Exactly. Shirley.
Cheryl.
Still almost fucked it up. But she did at the end.
Yeah,
without
when she
using
had
Rummy.
that, when Cheryl.
Shirley.
Sure.
It was literally like 5 seconds ago. And
There's a Y at the end, Marley.
Yeah.
So
Cheryl.
sorry, guys. I promise I watched the show.
If it's
Shirley.
Yeah, if it's any consolation, her name doesn't come up a lot. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Shirley
Mhm.
had the bow on her finger at the end too, and I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that's really cute."
And that's
I
where
felt
the
really
soot came
bad for
from.
them. Yeah, I felt really bad for them. I was like, "Man,
Yeah, me too.
I'll just bonded. Rum's a fucking genius. Like,
Yeah.
damn." I just really started liking her character because she's
Starting to open up.
a literal genius.
Mm.
Yeah,
Let me just memorize this whole map real
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, you can have mine. I memorized it already. Like, God damn.
Yeah.
Okay, Rum.
Yeah, that was a really good dynamic that they had going on.
Yeah.
And what their dynamic is now is going to be really interesting.
Yeah, if they
Um,
expand on the scope of the world and like how
And then
far-reaching the
scope of
shadows
it,
are.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's what they focus on season 2. What I'm expecting is probably some weird tangent on like the train,
Mhm.
and that's it.
Yeah.
Shadow House Mugen Train.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
I'd watch.
10 out of 10 would recommend. That's the animation style that I think I'm into right now. Like if I had to choose an animation style that I liked, I think it's that animation.
Because it doesn't look cheap. It doesn't look overly produced. You know, it's like there's care in the details. I think that it's fun, like how the backgrounds and I don't know if this is like the way the Cloverworks animates, but I feel like the backgrounds are often a little fuzzy. To where the characters are really like bold and have like really good design.
Yeah, it gives like that mysterious vibe to it.
Yeah. Like it's just like something is aloof. You know, like there's something here.
It's a little uncomfortable.
They do that period wear very well as well.
The what? I'm sorry.
Like the period
Like
wear.
the Victorian
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Period. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So they because they did that similarly in Promised Neverland. They animated it very well and the design was very good.
The maid style.
Yeah. So that's something that I'm also enjoying a lot about the series.
Yeah. I like the color coordination too.
Yeah, they each have their own color.
Yeah. I
Red-
mean,
red,
that
green,
makes
yellow, blue.
literally the most sense because you can't see their fucking face.
Yeah.
But I liked it.
Yeah.
You
I
gotta have strong silhouettes if you're literally just a silhouette.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they nailed that.
Mhm.
Is there anything else? I just overall loved it, man. It was really good.
The ending song was very Billie Eilish-esque,
Yeah, I like that.
and it was tight as fuck.
It was a funny coincidence that during the time of this recording, the second season was just announced. So, like when that popped up, I was like, "Oh, send it."
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Like, oh wow, that's neat.
Yeah.
And that's coming
Sometime next year.
sometime next year.
Yeah,
they
it
have
was
a
just
season?
announced, so
Yeah.
it's like
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So for our next anime, you should get your potato chips ready because we are watching Death Note.
Neat.
Shit. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, me neither.
What is Death Note?
You know what it is.
Have you seen it before?
No, I actually haven't.
Okay. I thought you were being smart.
I've seen a 2-minute clip of it over and over.
Potato chip and eat it. You know, people who haven't seen that episode
skipped over
are going to
that.
be really confused about our little banter here.
Maybe they shouldn't have skipped over.
You
it.
should look at Marley's voice acting video.
Link in the description
Do
and
we?
in the little annotation box wherever that is.
Sweet.
Yeah.
This
Thank
side, this side. No.
How long is it?
37 episodes on Netflix.
How
That's
many?
really it.
Yes.
I don't
How
know.
many
I thought it was so much
seasons is
longer.
that? Was that like one season?
Just quit trying to quantify things in seasons here.
Yeah.
Dumb bitch.
You know it doesn't work.
Dumb bitch.
You guys are the worst.
You gotta keep you humble, dog.
That actually kind of hurt
Bully
a little
Strolly
bit.
month.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping it with the theme.
All right, we can like end it now. We're good. Dom told us everything we need to know.
What's it on?
He said Netflix, you dumb bitch.
This is true.
Yeah, Bully Marley.
It's not my month.
That's next month.
All right, friends. That's all we got for today. Let us know what you thought of Shadow House and of the video. And don't forget to subscribe for more otaku goodness.
Yep. Don't forget to share.
And like all our stuff if you do, please.
Please and thank you.
Regardless of your true feelings and opinions.
Yep, we really appreciate it.
I do.
All right, friends. Sayonara.
Bye.
Smoochies!